What's up, everybody? I just got back from seeing Disclosure Day by Steven Spielberg. I just want you to know before I start this review is that I'm not a movie snob. I'm just a regular guy who goes to the movies pretty often. Did I enjoy this movie? I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. Was it the greatest movie I've ever seen? Not really. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say I'll give it a solid 7, you know? Did it keep my attention the whole time? Absolutely. Was the story easy to follow? A little bit. It was a little confusing at first because you don't really know how certain things work in this movie off the bat, but you quickly learn how those things work. I thought the acting was great. Amelia Blunt was great in it. I forget the names of all the other actors. They were great. Coleman Domingo. I like Coleman Domingo, but my only problem with him is I always feel like he's just narrating. I don't feel like every time he speaks, it just feels like he's narrating like a commercial or something. And I kept getting that feeling as I'm watching him. He was good. Don't get me wrong. He was good. But it was just like I wasn't feeling it. John Williams, I believe, did the score. He still got it. You can't go wrong with that, man. He still got it. The cinematography was great. There's some great shots in it. There were a few scenes that were shot where I was like, how are they doing this? And I'm pretty sure, I don't really want to get into it because if I get into it, I'll spoil it for you. But there were certain shots where I'm looking and I'm like, how did they do that? How's the camera moving like that? There's all this shit in the way. They probably use CGI too. Like if a camera moved through a certain area where there was shit in the way, the shit wasn't in the way in the first place. It was probably just CGI. One of my problems with this movie was that there were a lot of moments where you had to suspend your disbelief. And I'll talk about it as spoilers, and it unfolds, and you're just like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, no, that's not how that works. Was the ending satisfying? I'm gonna say kind of, but not really. Again, with the ending, you had to suspend your disbelief. All this stuff is going down, and I'll talk about it in spoilers, and you're just like, yeah, I'm enjoying this movie. This movie is a really well-made movie. Probably one of the more enjoyable times I've had at the movie in recent time, and that's only because the bar has been pretty fucking low. And I was enjoying this movie, and then when it got to the end, was it satisfying to an extent? Again, another moment where you just have to suspend your disbelief. Would I recommend seeing this movie? Sure. Do I feel like I wasted 2 hours of my life? Not really. Was it worth the $21 or however much I had to pay to see this movie? I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say if you're big into the alien lore, not aliens like the Alien Predator universe. I mean actual real life alien lore. There's a lot of references which I'll talk about in spoilers. So if you're big into that stuff, sure, see it. You're gonna find yourself enjoying a lot of moments of this movie. If you're not into the alien lore, are you still gonna enjoy this movie? Possibly. Again, let me just remind you, there are so many moments where you're gonna have to suspend your disbelief. I'm gonna spoil it right now. Actually, I'm not going to spoil the whole movie like I usually like to do, which I enjoy spoiling the whole movie. I'm not going to go through it beat for beat. Let's talk about some of the alien references. If you're big into alien lore, you're going to be spotting all the alien references. There's a part where President Nixon shows Jackie Gleason. They don't name that it's Jackie Gleason, but if you're big into the alien lore, you'll know that this is what they're referencing. They reference the president showing Jackie Gleason aliens. One thing I didn't like about the movie is how upset people get when they see the aliens. They're just it's almost like they're upset by the mistreatment of the aliens. And it reminds me of, there's a guy big into the UFO alien lore. I forget his name, but during the Alien Interview documentary that came out in the 90s, there was a scene in that interview. So if you don't know what that is, it was a video. This guy named Victor he smuggled out some security footage from when they were doing an interview with an actual gray alien. And the alien starts to seize up, and doctors come in and they try to help him. And this was supposedly a real video. Guy, I forget his name. During the alien interview, he was watching that clip and he's getting upset, like he's about to cry. And it was so phony. It was so phony. It's like, oh, look how they're treating the alien. And it's like, they do that in this movie too, where it's like, look at they're mistreating the aliens. Like, were they though? Were they? An alien just came from space. We don't know what their intentions are. Are they here to kill us? They just died in a crash. Of course we're going to scoop them up with shovels and throw them in the back of a truck. Like, we don't know these guys. Who the fuck are you? So, of course, they also reference the Tic Tac UFO. They reference Roswell. They reference the crash in Pennsylvania. And there's a bunch of military videos that they also reference. Did I say the Tic Tac already? Because, yeah, the Tic Tac UFO, they reference that. Let me talk about some of the things that got on my fucking nerves. In the beginning of the movie, it starts out in a wrestling match. You don't know what's going on. You're like, oh, there's a guy at a wrestling match. You can see that the whole crowd is cheering, and there's one guy who looks really fucking sad with a backpack on. And mind you, he's surrounded by FBI agents. They're like, all right, come on, come with us. They take him, and apparently he's got this little alien MacGuffin that can do magical shit. He's got his book bag with all his I'm getting ahead of myself. So this guy that's sitting in the audience of this wrestling match, he stole a bunch of alien videos and stuff from this organization, and they want it back. So it's like FBI agents. They're agents that work for this big organization. I forget what it's called. They want to get their shit back. He's got the shit, but he also has this alien device with him. So they take him in an alleyway. They got his girlfriend, and here's your girlfriend. Give us the shit. He gives him the shit. He digs in his pocket. You think he pulls out a knife, but really he pulls out this alien device, and he's like, I'll use it. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Everybody's like, okay, just go ahead. And they just let him leave. And I was like, whoa, that don't work like that. Shoot him in his fucking head. This is aliens we're talking about, and you guys are supposed to be protecting these secrets. Shoot him in his fucking head. Fuck that guy. Whatever, that got on my nerves. He gets away. They try to track him down. The bad guy of this organization, he's got his own little alien MacGuffin thing. He can astral project himself kind of to people's minds and then appear to that person, and it's a whole thing. There was also another scene that got on my fucking nerves. So the main character, I forget his name, and his girlfriend, the ones I just told you about from the beginning of the movie, they are hiding out in a little farmhouse. The guy goes outside to use his cell phone. This girl gets possessed by the evil guy with the little magic MacGuffin. He's like, you gotta kill your boyfriend because he's gonna leak all these alien secrets and it's not gonna be good for the world. So while he's outside making this phone call, they figure out, oh, by the way, while he's making a fucking phone call, a crop circle just magically fucking appears. And you're like, what is this? The more I'm talking about this fucking movie, the more maybe I didn't like this movie. Maybe I'm gonna drop the score down to a 6.5. Yeah, magically a crop circle fucking appears. FBI type guys show up his house, 20 cars fucking deep. And he's in a field, and there's all these trained agents are looking around, looking for this motherfucker, and he's right there, and they don't see him, and he's crawling around a fence, and then he fucking steals a fucking car, drives into the fucking farmhouse, gets his girlfriend, throws her in the car. He drives away. They're shooting, they're missing. At one point, they shoot his tire out. Cut scene. The tire's back together, and he's just driving fine through the woods. They're chasing him. He has no more road left because he's driving through the woods, and it comes up on a cliff, so he stops the car at the cliff. The guys that are chasing the FBI guys are way behind him. So his girlfriend has the, by the way, she tried to kill him in the car because she was possessed by this guy who was like, you gotta kill her. Take that knife. The evil guy in the movie, the bad guy, I forget his fucking name, but he was like, oh, take that knife and kill him. They took the knife. So when the guy, we'll just call him the main white guy, when he drove into the farmhouse, got his girlfriend, threw her in the back of the car, drove away. She's sitting in the back seat with a knife, still kind of possessed, and she wants to kill him. And she tries, but FBI agents show up. They get away, kind of, but they're still being chased from really far away. I know I'm going all over the place. That's what I do. Welcome to my channel, guys. He stopped the car at the edge of a cliff. The girlfriend has the bright idea to throw a rock on the fucking accelerator so that they think that the car went over the cliff. The car goes over the cliff. The FBI guys pull up. They all get out their car, and they're like, oh, they got over the cliff. Meanwhile, they're sitting literally 3 feet away. There's FBI guy here, a big rock, them. And then you're like, oh, we got away. It worked. She actually says that, I think. And then she just fucking walked through the woods and get away. So if you want to know about Emily Blunt's character and this main white guy, they were abducted by aliens as a kid. When they got abducted, they got special abilities. And now a fucking bird came. A fucking bird came to Emily Blunt's house and just triggered all her abilities. So now she can speak every language. She can read people's minds. She can appear to people as other people. She can she'll appear to you as your one of your dead relatives and just say something really encouraging that you always wanted them to say. And that was okay, all right, she's got magical powers. Okay, this is cool. Wow, the more I'm talking about this, the more this movie doesn't fucking make sense. What score did I give it? A 7? I'm gonna give this movie a 6.5. Fast forward. Main white guy gets kidnapped by this organization. Emily Blunt pulls up, and she just pulls up to the guard, and she's like, oh, hello, officer or agent, blah, 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 blah. Because she knows everything now. She can read people's minds. He's like, the guy's like, what's the passcode for the day? And she's like, Kentucky, Philly. And he's like, right this way. Pulls up again, next guy. Oh, Kentucky, Philly, blah, 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 blah. How you doing, agent? Da, 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 da. Just walks in. Oh, they got main white guy kidnapped, and they got him hemmed up. She gets out of her fucking car, and she just walks up with all these agents around her. And then she just starts appearing, she walks into the fucking thing that they got him hemmed up in, and she just takes him. She appears to the main bad guy as his dead wife. He's like frozen. And they let her take him. And then she just, what the fuck? I forgot all about this shit about this fucking movie. I still enjoyed it. I'm sorry for yelling. I'm sorry for yelling. I still really enjoyed this movie. I did. But now that I'm thinking about it, there's some pretty stupid fucking concepts. I know. I'm going all over the place. The main white guy, his whole intent, he's working with another organization. It's a bunch of people that work for this organization that keep alien secrets, and a bunch of them defected. And we're like, you know what? Fuck this. We're not keeping this secret anymore. We're going to put it out there. That's their intent. So I'm not going to get into all the details. Blah, blah, blah. A bunch of shit happens. There is this one cool part where Emily Blunt, she meets with Coleman Domingo, who's the head of this the defected part of the organization that wants to disclose alien information. They have another one of these magical space alien sticks that you can use to read people's mind, do this shit. But since Emily Blunt already has powers, she can use this and do some extraordinary shit. They're hiding out at this big factory. They built Emily Blunt a fucking replica of her childhood home just to get her to relive her alien abduction, because her and main white guy, they got abducted at the same time, and that's how they met when they were kids. So whatever, the FBI people or this organization, they find out where this facility is, and they run up on it, and everybody's like, oh, they're here. Oh, by the way, they have 2 fire trucks that they use to be incognito when they're doing shit. This defected organization does. They're in this facility. They got their fire trucks. They built Emily Blunt a fucking replica of her house. They have an extra alien MacGuffin. She uses it. She's like, oh, give me the alien MacGuffin because all the FBI guys are here. And she can use it to make everything in the fucking factory invisible. So now everybody's invisible, and all the FBI guys are there like, whoa, what the fuck? There's nothing here. And they're like, but they can see the light. The only thing they can see is the light from the fucking alien thing. So they're like, look at that light. Main bad guy, he's like, yo, get that light. Everybody starts running. Not everybody, but 2 guys at a time start running towards the fucking light. But they don't know there's a big fucking replica house in the way. So all of a sudden, dudes are just running, and all of a sudden they're just boom, flipping and doing all this shit. And it was kind of fucking funny. And then everybody gets in the fucking fire trucks, and then they escape. Whatever. By the way, Emily Blunt is a fucking weather girl. They make their way back to the fucking where she works because she wants to do a special presentation. And this is the part you have to suspend your disbelief, because they show up this Kansas City news station And they don't know Emily Blunt, and they're just like, they just let her on. They let her and all these strangers that I don't know if she was using her powers to manipulate everybody. I think that's what was happening, because they just let her in with all these fucking people, and she's like, I'm gonna do a special presentation, and they're like, she's like, everybody's like, yeah, go ahead, no problem, that's cool, let's do this. In fact, let's call the network and get the network to expose all these things that these strangers that you have no fucking idea who these people are. You want to expose them. You just want to expose these things. Go ahead, and they just let them. That was another part where the more I'm talking about this fucking movie, the lower the score is getting. You know what? Was this movie worth seeing? Yes, it was. It was an enjoyable time at the movies. Was it the greatest movie ever? No. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 6.5 now. I'm changing my fucking score. This is another aspect I didn't like. When Emily Blunt is doing this special presentation, the main white guy has all the, memory cards, and they uploaded it to like whatever, and they're about to broadcast all these alien videos around the fucking world. Like, first of all, do you know how many Men in Black people at the news station wouldn't just let this happen? There's some secret CIA guy, some secret CIA plant that works there that would be like, yeah, no, you're gonna do what? You're gonna do what on our channel? I don't think so. That's not how that works. But in this movie, that's how that works. The bad guys just give up, by the way. They try to sabotage the news station by, blowing up all the fucking electrical shit, but they have an emergency generator that comes online. I think that even went out. And Emily Blunt used the magical fucking alien thing to bring all the power back into the fucking station. And then, so now they're broadcasting all this alien shit all around the world. UFO sightings, Roswell, scooping aliens up with fucking shovels and throwing them in his trucks. The people in the control room of the fucking news station call the New York branch, and they're like, yo, listen, you might want to, show what we're showing. And they're just like, okay, well, what is it? Okay, cool. Let's just expose aliens to the fucking world. And then they show this really hot, I don't know if she was black or Spanish or what she was. I don't know. She's a really cute girl. This really cute news reporter. And she's reporting the news. And she's like, oh, well, what we're looking at is alien stuff. And she starts crying. But the thing is, it's just the moment when she cries is what got me. I don't know if, she's crying because she's questioning her fucking, she's questioning reality or her religion, or she's questioning whatever's going on in her head. She starts crying. I didn't get that vibe that's why she was crying. I got that vibe because she's watching aliens getting scooped up with shovels. Oh, this is so fucked up. I can't believe I'm looking at this. Here's a dead fucking alien. We've been talking about this shit for fucking 80 years? And now you're surprised? You've been prepping us forever for this. Bro, if that really happened in real life and the news was like, guess what, guys? Aliens are real. In fact, they tried it recently. Nobody gave a fuck. Everybody still went to fucking work the next day. People still went to church. People still went to the mosque. Done screaming. I'm sorry for yelling. My final score of this movie, 6.5. Was it worth the money? I'm going to say yes. Just a little heads up, you're going to have to suspend your disbelief a lot during this movie. But it was a very well-made movie. The bar isn't set too high with all the movies I've seen in the past 2 weeks. I'm not a movie snob. I'm just a regular fucking guy that goes to the movies. I'm not going to break down character arcs and all that stuff. If you enjoyed this movie, please let me know in the comments. Or if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. If you had an alien experience, let me know in the comments. Have you ever had an alien experience? I'll tell you this. I'll share one before I turn this video off. In fact, I'll share two. One time, back in the day, I was sitting on this avenue. My boy named Ra Ra. And me and Ra Ra were just sitting there, minding our business, just shooting the shit. All of a sudden, light came up over the buildings across the street. And then 3 more. And then 5 more. And then they all went up and they just all stopped. And they stopped in this one particular shape. According to Ra Ra, he's like, dude, it's shaped like the Big Dipper. And I was like, I kind of see it. It could have been those Chinese lanterns. I think that's what it might have been. But another time, it was like 4 a.m. in the morning, right? I was walking down the street. And I was going to 7-Eleven. There's a little shortcut to get to 7-Eleven. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to take this shortcut. So boom, I get to the corner. I'm like, I'm going to turn here. And I turn, and then I look up, and there was a big green, bright green dot in the sky that was just like it zipped off. I don't know if it was like in motion when I looked up already, or if it was like stationary. I think it was like slightly in motion as I looked up, but it was there, and it wiggled, and it shot off. And I know a Puerto Rican girl that got abducted by aliens, supposedly. Never talked to her about it, but I go to a buddy's house one day, knock on his door, his family lets me in. His family's going off, speaking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, and they're all hyped. They're all speaking Spanish, and I'm waiting for him by the front door. And then he comes out from his room, and he's like, come on, man, let's go. We go outside, and I was like, yo, what the fuck's going on in there? And he was like, man, my cousin talking about she got abducted by aliens. I was like, for real? And he was like, come on, man. And he never talked to me about it again. Here's my thoughts. Guys have a good day. I almost forgot about one of the most crazy parts of the movie. At the end of the movie, when Emily Blunt is doing this she's giving a special presentation, they wheel out an alien in a wheelchair. And he says some shit in his alien language to main white guy, because part of main white guy's powers is that he can understand aliens. So then he whispers whatever the alien told him into Emily Blunt's ear, and she gets back in the seat doing the presentation, and she just says, listen, the fucking movie ended. I can't believe I forgot to mention that part. Wow.